I'm not trying to slide in like Chris Collinsworth. Allison's got our stuff. Okay, can you go to 2? Go to 2. I'll sit here for right now.
Go to 2.
Yeah. Well, no, like for the 2 shot. Switch the thing so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Switch the 2 shot.
Got it.
Sorry. We'll fix this in the break. This is live.
Yes.
Welcome to live TV.
This is
L.
yes.
Who am I? What's my name?
Right now you're L.
No, I'm Jessica someone else right now.
Pronoun.
This is what happens when people come in and mess with the studio and then don't like fix the settings. All right, this works.
Okay.
Yeah, I just broke my headphones. What a live debut we have here. Folks, we are live. We are live, right? You got that going?
Yes, we are.
We are live on Facebook, live on Facebook and YouTube. What a start. Whoa, what a start. We're knocking microphones over. We're unplugging microphones. Our cameras aren't set up correct. Oh, I love live television. That just made my day.
There it is.
Are we? Oh, okay. You got the names fixed now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, L.
Good on that.
Who was I again? You were L, and I can't remember who I was.
Well, my camera usually doesn't get touched, so my camera is good. But there's camera 2 was L. He didn't get pulled up, but
See, this is the problem. People can't just touch stuff and then put it back the way that it should be.
like how it was the past, I don't know, 3 days.
Welcome in to WBRE WYOU. See, I can't even get the call letters right. I'm so flustered right now. Can we run it back? Can we do it like Jey Uso? Okay. Yeah, we can. We're not going to go to break. Yeah. Do me a favor. Put in preview the open.
Yeah.
Put in preview the open.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
We're not going to break, though.
Got it.
But let's run it back.
Got it.
All right. So... Hold on, I was going to count it down, and then you clip me there. All right, we got to do this again. We got to do it one more time. You still got the open and preview?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to give us a 5 count.
Got it.
And then, but I won't say 2 or 1. And then we'll run it back, and we're going to debut live here on Facebook and on YouTube. We're going to get this right.
Got it.
People are going to be so pissed.
It's okay. We'll get to what we're talking about.
I'm having fun, but I know I'm getting myself in trouble.
It's okay. We have 57 minutes.
No, 52:10. We got to get breaks in, remember?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess, yeah, counting that.
Okay. All right. Good thing it's the summer. It's not like the day after a big... Imagine if we did this like the day after like a Philadelphia playoff game. How do you think people would react? What do you think upstairs would be doing?
I think upstairs might get called in tomorrow.
Yeah, upstairs would not be appreciated. It's the summertime. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to restart this, and we're going to debut live on Facebook, on YouTube, on the 2822 CTV app, which you can get on Amazon, Apple, or Roku. So here we go. 5, 4, 3. Hey, welcome in, and thank you for joining us. This is WBRE WYOU 2822 Sports Night, right here on the CTV app, on Amazon, Apple, and Roku televisions. We are also coming to you live tonight here on Facebook and on YouTube. I am sitting in the chair. That's my name, Zach Grady, 2822 Sports Director. And as always, in the executive producer chair, Ricky Turner. Look at that. How much better was that?
There we go. Clean. Names are right.
Yeah, we got that. We got it, Zuckerberg. All right, Meta. Give us some money, Meta. Sponsor us, Meta. Come on.
Very nice sponsor.
2822 Sports Night presented to you by Meta. Come on, Zuck. You got plenty of money. Can we tag Zuck? So, like, we can tag him in this, right?
I'm sure Zucks gets tagged a lot, so he might have his mentions.
What other, like, mentions and hashtags and Easter eggs can we just litter this here with so people make sure that, like, they get tagged in it? Can we tag LeBron?
Again, I'm sure, yeah, we could try, but I'm sure he's got his mentions off too, especially with free agency.
Yeah, but I mean, LeBron's got to keep people. Can we tag these guys because they keep making my coffee? We got coffee from that. No, don't say their name. Don't say the name. Just can they give us some money? Because I keep drinking their coffee on air. As I almost just spilled on myself. No one saw that, huh? Way to be I'm about as good of a pitchman as Kawhi Leonard is. Nothing for that joke? You didn't like that joke?
No, not that one. Not that one.
I appreciate the honesty there. Are you upset Kawhi's in the East?
No, I don't. Is what it is.
You just didn't like the joke.
Yeah, no.
Okay. It's 2026, Ricky.
It is.
The USA won their second ever knockout stage game yesterday in the World Cup. No, wait. Bring it back.
Rick, you won't? Okay.
Bring it back because I'm setting this up here.
Got it.
It's 2026. The USA are doing things that they have never done in the past before. We are in the midst of a World Cup that is filled with superstars just performing and breaking records, whether it be Messi, Mbappe, or Harry Kane the other day. Yes, absolutely. It is 2026. Do you know what we're leading with tonight?
Leading with U.S. soccer.
No, we're not.
We're not leading with U.S. soccer.
We're leading still in 2026 with LeBron. There's this conversation about who's the face of the league, who's taking over the NBA, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. Guess what? The face of the NBA is the same person it's been for the last 24 seasons. It is 2026. And the thing that matters most right now is LeBron's free agency. The thing that matters most right now is whether or not he's... Stop telling me you want to talk about soccer.
Okay.
Stop telling me you want to talk about soccer. Okay. We're not going to see that anymore because he's not going to be a Laker. We may not see that because Washington says that AD is not available. We may see that. We may, because he might be a Cav or a Warrior. We're not going to see that because he's headed to Toronto. Shea, I don't know what to tell you he's going to do. It's going to be a completely different West.
Could see that.
I don't want to see that. But all right, no, bring us back up. Seriously, it is 2026. And what matters most in the NBA, the domino that needs to fall before all of the other dominoes fall in the NBA. And I guess maybe you could have said it was Giannis prior to this because Giannis moved. Now Jaylen Brown has moved. But no one else is moving until LeBron moves. No one else is moving until we figure out where this person is going. And guess what? There's a chance he's coming to the Keystone State. There's a good chance, too.
Very good chance after what happened yesterday with Mr. Jaylen Brown headed to Philadelphia, and for the measly price of Paul George and some second-round picks.
No. I mean, 2 first-round picks, and then the one in 2031 is unprotected.
Could be, but again,
if you have Jaylen Brown's 29 years old, so I mean, you would hope by 34 that he's still at least productive enough that an unprotected. Wow, I gotta keep us up, man. We're in black now.
I don't know what the heck happened there.
I don't know, but don't worry about it. I like your shirt on, man. I like that. Just keep you up. You look good tonight. Yeah,
appreciate that.
It's all right. We don't need to see Jaylen Brown in a Celtics uniform anymore. We're looking forward to seeing him in the Sixers uniform. I mean, the East is completely transformed. Completely transformed.
Yeah, Philly. I mean, Philly.
And what's going to happen if LeBron comes to Philly? I mean, someone's got to get moved, I'm imagining. But you'd have Jaylen Brown, Edgecombe, Maxey, for sure. Those three guys I don't think are leaving.
Well, LeBron said it's not about the money at this point in his career.
Okay, sure.
I'm just
Yeah.
put out
No,
there.
LeBron didn't say that. Someone close to LeBron said that. LeBron didn't say that. LeBron said, pay me. LeBron said he's never taking a discount again.
Well, we'll find out.
That being said, they're not. I mean, they just signed Brown or just traded for Brown. They're not moving Edgecombe or Maxey.
No.
I mean, Embiid's gone then.
Yeah, but I just don't think you can move his contract. Embiid, I mean, Paul George doesn't have a good contract, but Embiid, for the amount he plays, does not.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you might be able to move Embiid's contract now if you have 2 new first-round picks that you can attach one of those to. You know, they have 2 first-round picks that they didn't have 2 days ago. You attach a first-round pick to Joel Embiid's contract, it's a little bit more enticing.
Yeah, and again, that's what you'll have to do. But I still think if they're going to get LeBron, I don't think he's going to want a max. I don't think he's going to want or need a max deal. I think
he doesn't need one, but I think he'll still take one. I don't believe he can get a max deal, actually, to tell you the truth.
Well, yeah, I don't know what team would.
No. Contractually, I don't think he actually can get a max deal because there are rules in place in the NBA collective bargaining agreement for veterans over a certain age, and you cannot sign certain type of contracts. So being the fact that he will be 41 going into 42, there's caveats onto the length and the finances of contracts. Now, that being said, whatever the max amount of that is, he's going to want. He's not signing a deal for $6 million a year. Like all of this talk, like Windhorst today saying he's going to the Jazz. He's not going to the Utah Jazz. Stop with that. Stop. I mean, okay, all teams are in play except for the Lakers. No, there's not 29 teams in play. That's asinine. I said asinine. He's already said he's not going to Memphis. Who else did he take shots at on the golf course? It was Memphis. Was it San Antonio? I can't remember. I think Utah was in it.
Probably.
But there's certain places he's not going. I mean, it's down to 4 teams at this point. He's either going to the Warriors or to the Cavs or to the Heat or to the Sixers. That's where he's going. One of those 4 places. It's what can the Cavs do? Can the Cavs do enough to make it appealing for him to go back home? What can the Heat do to get enough space money-wise, which they're working on because they got off the Norman Powell money. And I mean, other than Bam and Giannis, I don't know who they have on that roster. Tim Hardaway Jr., who signed a cheap contract, who's, by the way, a great shooter. Notice how like I said, all of these shooters all of a sudden want to go to Miami. Guess what? Because they're going to get wide open shots with Bam and Giannis in the paint. Not a surprise that shooters want to play in Miami. And you know what? At this point in time, LeBron, who doesn't want to play in the post, who would like to play off ball, not a bad place to play right there. And Davion Mitchell's a pretty darn good point guard. So that's Miami. That's Cleveland. Can Cleveland do anything necessarily? Listen, if he was going to go to Golden State, it would have already happened because that's where all things pointed. If you look at the way that LeBron over his past free agencies, it was about 10 days before the decision happened. I think it was about 2 weeks after he left Miami to come back home. But when he went to the Lakers and everyone knew he was going to the Lakers, it took 16 hours. Didn't take very long for him to sign that deal with the Lakers. The holdup right now, I think, and why he isn't a Warrior is because Washington is trying to get more for Anthony Davis. I think if Anthony Davis would have already been able to get moved to the Warriors, LeBron would have inked that deal. Draymond would have already inked his deal. You're the Warrior or the Wizards fan. You tell me if I'm wrong in this, that LeBron would have been a Warrior if the Wizards cooperated and move AD. But because of this delay, that allows teams for the Cavs, the Heat, and now the Sixers to get in there. And especially the Sixers now, who 2 days ago weren't going to get in there. But now with Jaylen Brown, now adding that's a lot more attractive for LeBron. Am I wrong?
No, you're 100% right. And I think the Warriors are realistically out of this question now because they just recently extended Kristaps Porzingis for a 2-year, $40 million contract. So that, to me, along with the recent signaling that the Wizards are no longer interested in trading Anthony Davis, that tells me the Warriors are trying to shift courses and maybe try and make another move to get LeBron James.
The only thing I will say to you is that the way that with the Porzingis deal, the way that it is structured is they don't have to wait the
30 days.
the wait. Yeah, he's still eligible to be traded. Yes, you are 100% correct. They just re-signed Kristaps, but the way that they did so is that he's still eligible to be signed and traded. So if they want to execute a sign and trade, he can be included. But you're 100% right. With that money on the books, it's really hard to imagine that they're going to have money for Anthony Davis, Draymond, and LeBron.
Yeah, and they still have to figure out what they're going to do with Draymond Green as well. So personally, I think the Warriors are right now, at least for the time being, they're off the table. I think this is a 3-horse race between the 3 teams you mentioned, Cleveland, Miami, or...
Don't sleep on the Sixers, man.
Yes, well, that's that team I was forgetting. Cleveland, Miami, or the Sixers, because... Again, Sixers, as you mentioned, add Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. They are perfectly positioned to compete in the Eastern Conference. And I think LeBron's also had his taste out west. I think he's had a taste of what it is out there. And the Eastern Conference is a little bit easier in terms of the depth of it and who you'll have to go to get into the NBA Finals. But I think LeBron right now realizes that. And again, you go to the Sixers. I still think it's not going to take as much as people think to get him to the Sixers. I don't think he's going to contractually speaking. I don't think he's going to, need as much as people are saying. I think.
Okay, hold on. He doesn't need anything.
Well, yeah, he doesn't. Need anything,
it's a want. It's not a need. It's a want. And I don't disagree with you, but just there's a big difference between what he needs and what he wants. And I mean, as you're mentioning the West, and everyone seems to be leaving the West to come to the East, everyone's scared. I don't get why that's the case. Why? Why is everyone leaving the West to come to the East? Because the East is the deeper of the 2 conferences.
I think it depends on what. I think you look at the West. Of course, you have the Thunder and you have the Spurs.
Okay, all right.
I don't think Denver's a team to joke around.
Hold on. We've gone for 18 minutes straight. Yeah, all right. We're not stopping this conversation, though. We're going to come back. What did I tell you? It's 2026, and we're talking for 20 minutes straight about LeBron. This whole podcast tonight, our whole sports night tonight is going to be LeBron and Team USA. I mean, we're really not going to have a time for anything else. So, but all right, let's take a break. We're going to come right back. 28-22 Sports Night. I told you, it's not a want or a need thing. I mean, LeBron doesn't need a... Can I say? No, I don't know. I won't get in trouble. LeBron doesn't need a thing, right?
No.
And I mean, at this point in time, he's also... the fact that his kid got a fully guaranteed contract from the Lakers, that's crazy. And we'll get into the Wakers in a second.
Yeah, well, it wasn't big. I think it was what, $3 million?
Did you hear what I said, though?
Wakers?
Yeah. Do you get that?
I might. I don't know.
The white Lakers.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, they're going.
They're going. I mean, what can you? How do you go from LeBron to in LA?
Oh,
Dudes in LA are not feeling this Lakers team.
I saw someone.
Dudes in
post-
Boston would feel
Yeah.
this Laker team.
I was gonna say I saw someone post. Can't wait to watch this year's Lakers, and it was like the Minneapolis with like George Mikan.
Again,
60.
this team would be the greatest team ever for Boston. The Boston Celtics fans would love this team. I don't think the Southside Crips in LA are feeling this Lakers squad. You're just not going to respond. You don't want to mess with the Southside Crips? You just want to leave that one alone?
No,
Let me keep getting in trouble?
I think, I don't know. I feel like, as LeBron said about Austin Reeves, he's a cold dude. And I
Okay,
think
hold on.
I know you're not. That's not what you're trying to say.
No, because I guess I was having this conversation and what's his name? The guy who sits next to us 2-3 days a week. Oh, Nate. Nate and I
yes.
were having this conversation. Yeah. And you remember the other day we were having the conversation about the top 10 players in the NBA.
Yeah.
I think one, Luka is for sure a top 10 player in the NBA.
Yeah, he is.
Arguably top 5. I could say that Austin Reeves might be a top 10 player in the NBA.
Top 10?
If not, he's for sure top 15, top 20.
I don't know then. Top 30?
Top 25? Can we say top 25?
I think he's borderline like top 25, top 30.
All right, let's say he's the 25th best player in the NBA. We'll meet in the middle there, okay?
Got it.
You still have Luka in the 25th best player in the NBA. That's not a bad squad. I'm not dissing the talent. And I'm not saying that Walker Kessler can't do his thing either. I'm just saying that's not a team that Lakers fans are going to go out and support.
I see where you're kind of. Again, you could look at that starting lineup as well. I think Jake LaRavia is in there.
Are you helping to make my point?
Yeah, it's certainly going to be an interesting lineup to watch. But yeah, I mean, they've got some guys. They've got a lot of white guys. That's for sure. Luka
You didn't want to. Again, if you get in trouble, just blame me. All right, I started the conversation. Or do you just want to go back to LeBron so you don't get in trouble?
Again, the Lakers have an interesting team. I like the Walker Kessler addition. I don't know if the paycheck is a little bit bigger than I imagined, but we'll see. Again,
Size you got to pay for it now.
You got to pay for size, and I think they're trying to build a team around Luka, and Walker Kessler is a rim protector. Offensively, not, I don't think he's a huge upgrade over what they had offensively, but it's going to be an interesting team to watch. That I think is for sure. I don't know exactly how they're going to be. I don't think they're a top tier team in the West, but interesting is going to be. It's going to be intriguing to watch the LA Lakers.
Okay, that's what we were talking about. Was the West, and we were talking about whether or not. Why people are leaving the West for the East. And again, I don't understand why you would want to leave the West for the East. You talk about, okay, this dynasty and gotta get it because Shea's going to win all the rings, and then Wemby's going to win all the rings, and Jokic is going to win all of the rings, and all these teams are going to win all of the rings. Guess what? Denver hasn't been back to the finals since winning a ring. SGA and the Thunder, who were supposed to get back this year, didn't. And they got issues they got to deal with. They're not going to be as good when Jalen Williams needs a max contract too and he moves on. I know they got a lot of picks, but at some point in time, you may miss on a pick or two. Like this whole idea that, the Thunder are going to win them all for the next 5-10 years, I don't know about that. And same thing, like you can say, okay, the Spurs are going to win them all for the next 5-10 years. And that might be true unless Wemby gets hurt or they get into cap trouble or this happens or that. Like, I don't understand this fear of the West because, sure, you got Denver, you got San Antonio, you got Oklahoma City. Okay. But you go over to the East, you got New York, you got Boston. You got
Boston going to be as? I don't know if Boston's going to be as good. That's the
Okay,
thing.
but that's what we said last year, and they won how many games? We said Boston's going to have a terrible year this year. It's a down year. Yeah, they're still going to be good. They still got Jason Tatum. They still got some players. Derek White's all right. Peyton Pierce is all right. He's not Jalen Brunson. This report that I'm reading,
That's
you saw that? Okay.
I did.
Yeah, no. Get out of here with that. Trade him to the Lakers. Make it even whiter. All right, fine. Don't take Boston. You still got New York. You got Miami, who now has Bam and has Giannis and is going to make more moves. If you think this is it, if you think this is the only move that Pat Riley's going to make, you're kind of crazy.
And that defensive wing trio of Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam. Well, Bam's their big, but
Yeah.
still, I mean, that's
And
really
again,
good defensive front.
Wiggins and Hardaway can shoot the lights out from three. They're going to get some more shooters. They're going to be okay. There's talk about Gabe Strus, Max Vincent, and Duncan Robinson all returning to the Heat.
Yeah, because I think
Because they all can shoot, and they want to play with Bam and Giannis.
and they've had success there.
So, all right. So, again, you got New York. You got, who did I just say? Miami. Sorry, I'm losing it here. But you got New York. You got Miami. You got Detroit, who was still the number 1 seed last year. Like, whatever you want to say, they were still the number 1 seed. So, like, Detroit to me is the equivalent of Oklahoma City on the other side.
Yeah, but they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose Jalen Duren, who again you could say what you want about him in the postseason, but
Yeah,
So-
they'll replace him.
I don't know who's the number 2 over there. Also, like
I
'cause
don't know.
some of those teams when you get to the playoffs, that team I think needs a 2. You know, you're probably were you gonna say Cleveland?
No, I was gonna say put yourself on camera if you were gonna make a point.
if you're gonna say if you're gonna say Cleveland's a team that gets to the playoffs and fizzles out in round 2.
But if it's Cleveland with LeBron, that's different.
That's a fair point. That's one of them. You know, you have to look out for, and it could be. Could you get a wing or a big pairing of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen with LeBron? I'm sure that'd be an intriguing place to play for him if he can play with those two bigs. But that I don't know because again, I just
Spider Mitchell, LeBron, and Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. That's not bad.
No, it's good.
And imagine they still have the possibility of Harden.
Yeah, but Harden's a playoff dropper.
Okay, but here's the thing.
I get that.
So if that's the case though, and they bring in LeBron and they get rid of Harden, that's a lot of money that they can use to get guys around LeBron, Mobley, Mitchell, and Allen.
Yeah, I think that's probably your most your best move there is probably to get off of that Harden contract, bring LeBron in on a deal that would be more favorable to them in terms of space, and then surround him with whoever. Go out and get some free agents, explore your options at the market, and it's also a place LeBron would want to go. It's his home, spending his last couple of years in Cleveland.
But it's not because that was the other team. I'm sorry, that was the other team. He said Memphis, San Antonio, and Cleveland. Those are the 3 teams he hates going to on the golf course. He hates going back home to Akron for some reason.
Yes, because I think
someone was trying to play cleanup and pay spin. He's like, oh no, LeBron hates going to Akron too. But okay. But that said, you got them. Indiana is going to be better again as you have Halliburton hopefully returning back to form.
Yeah,
I like what Charlotte's doing.
Yeah,
I like the addition of Naz Reid. I like what Charlotte's doing.
I think they're going to be a team. Con Knipple's going to get more time on ball with LaMelo. Brandon Miller's going to get more time on ball. They've got some bigs down low. They just get Naz Reid, so they're going to be a team to watch. Are they an NBA Finals contender in the East? No, I think they're in that second, third tier.
But I'm saying the East is deeper. Other than Denver, because I don't love Minnesota without Nas Reed.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I'll give
so,
you that.
So again, without other than Denver, Oklahoma City, and San Antonio, I don't see a lot of contenders out west.
I'll give you that. I think the East, in terms of the depth of it, those middle tier of teams.
Listen, if you,
I think the top tier of teams.
Okay, here's the thing. And if you want to say to me, and let's rank the teams, and if you're gonna sit here and say, okay, we'll rank, East and West, whatever, blah blah blah. I won't argue with you, and I will say, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe teams 1, 2, and 3 are all in the West. Maybe teams 1, 2, and 3 are San Antonio, Oklahoma City, Denver, sure, whatever. But then, like, the next 11 teams I'm going to take from the East.
That's definitely fair. And speaking of teams in the West, Tari Eason is returning to the Houston Rockets on a 5-year, $81.5 million deal. Not sure how good they're going to be, but
yeah, I have no idea.
Bringing Tari Eason back.
So, all right, let's get out of here. We've done enough LeBron talk. It's 8:30. Are we live on Facebook and YouTube in the breaks?
No.
Okay.
It goes as the show goes.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back. WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night right here on the CTV app. I believe we've won our last World Cup game, unfortunately.
Yeah, you think that's it?
I think that was the worst case scenario, losing Balogun for the next round. The only way it could have been worse is a loss, obviously. Yeah. But I think having to play Belgium in the next round without Balogun is going to be very, very difficult. Very, very difficult.
Yeah, I'd agree. But I also think that Belgium hasn't looked unbeatable throughout this.
No, but I mean, they looked like a team possessed for those last 10 minutes and into a golden goal.
I think when they made some subs that for players that probably should have been starting, and they look like a whole different team.
And that's what worries me. I mean, again, Belgium is different than Bosnia-Herzegovina. I think if the U.S. were up 1-0 and went to 10 men against Belgium, we would have lost last night.
Well, luckily we weren't, and we're going to have 11 without, arguably the team's top scorer. Well, the team's top scorer.
All right, so if they lose, what's the legacy of this team?
I think the legacy is it's the starting point for.
But this wasn't supposed to be the starting point.
I
This was supposed to be the
that.
culmination.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
No, this was supposed to be the culmination. The 250th birthday of America, the World Cup at home. This was supposed to be the culmination of soccer in America. And if we go out in the round of 16 to a European team, it feels like more of the same. That we did exactly what we were supposed to do in the group stage, and we won the one game we were supposed to win in the round of 16. I think if you win a quarterfinal game or a semifinal game, oh my God, that's icing on the top. That's amazing. That's great. This is the game that the U.S. has to win to change the narrative. It wasn't last night. The round of 32 game wasn't the game that they needed to win to change the narrative. It's this one.
Well, I don't think that it's completely. I don't think it's completely written in stone that this team's going to lose, because I think this team is.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm worried though.
I would be too. And again, that red card, which again shouldn't have been a red card. That was a awful call. I don't think I've heard.
Should have been a yellow. Should have been a yellow.
Yeah,
I
it
will
should
not
have
dispute
been.
it was a foul and should have been a yellow, but there was no malicious intent.
Yes, I agree. But yeah,
Now, if it would have been the other way around and someone would have done that to Balogun, it should have been a red, and that guy should have been thrown off the field. But for us, no.
No. And again, we'll see what happens. But Belgium, they do have history. They faced back in 2014. People will probably remember this game because of Tim Howard, his 16 saves.
Yeah, I mean we've done this against Belgium.
They won
That
2-1 to eliminate the U.S. And the first goal I don't think came until extra time in the 92nd minute or something like that. But this was a crazy game. And again, this is a team offensively and talent-wise, they're better than this team in 2014. Now, again, Belgium's extremely talented as well. They have some, quality players in the Premier League. Lukaku, De Bruyne, I think the goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois. So again, it's going to be interesting to see how offensively they prepare for this game. Without
everything you said is 100% right. This is a better team than the U.S. was in 2014. We have a deeper team than we had in 2014. We're more skilled than we were in 2014. We have the advantage of being at home like we didn't have in 2014. But here's the thing. If we lose to Belgium, we're in the same exact place we were in 2014. Same exact place that we were in 2014. And this was supposed to be the culmination of what started in 2014. This was supposed to be the culmination of what started in 2010 with the U.S. and Landon Donovan. So 12 years later, 14 years later, 16 years later, have we gone anywhere or done anything? Not if we don't win this game. This is the game that matters. Everything else we did before this is what we were supposed to do. And everything else we do after this is icing on the cake. Because if you tell me we won a quarterfinal or a semifinal match, that I would have been as shocked as if you would have told me the Knicks were going to win the championship this year. But what I'm going to tell you this is that if we don't win this matchup, we're no further along in the progression of soccer in the United States than we were in 2010 or 2014 or any time prior to that.
I agree. This is, again, they have to at least, again, put together a competitive performance. They have to find a way to overcome adversity, and that's how great teams are going to be remembered. And if they could find a way, because again,
who's going to score the goals?
This is what separates good coaches from great coaches. We've talked about the coaching thus far. Well, you have to find a new way to attack. You don't have your premier striker up top anymore. You've got to find a way. And your defense,
listen, other than Pulisic, it's the one person that the U.S. could not afford to lose. It's the one person the U.S. could not afford to lose.
I'd agree with that.
All right. Let's take one more break. We're going to come back. We're going to continue our World Cup conversation because you had mentioned Portugal playing. Spain played earlier. We have an incredible... Listen, I don't care about the final. The matchup of the World Cup is coming up over the weekend. England versus Mexico in Mexico City is going to be incredible. All right, we're going to get more into this in just a few minutes. WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night. All right, we didn't get Germany and France like I had thought, like we had talked about for days.
No, we did not.
But there's still some good matchups to be had. Is Portugal winning or losing?
Portugal, let's see. Again, last I looked, they were down.
Yeah, I knew they were down. Had they scored?
Yes, they did. 1-1.
Okay, so we got the chance.
Ronaldo on a pen.
So we got the chance of Portugal versus Spain, which would be incredible in the next round. That's one possibility. We have already confirmed Mexico versus England in in Mexico City Stadium. That's going to be a scene. Ricky, as you're hold on before you load anything up. We don't have pictures from Mexico City from the other night, do we?
We do not know.
But you saw that, right?
Yes.
You saw that celebration? That was incredible. That was and it's only going to be bigger if they beat this English team.
It's only gonna get bigger as the opponent gets bigger and as the stage gets brighter.
But I mean I think this is the last game in Azteca. I think after that, the quarterfinals and everything else is in the United States.
Well, then that's going to be a pretty darn big celebration. If
Yeah.
they beat England.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact the semifinals and finals are in the States. I could be wrong about all of the quarterfinal games, but I believe the quarterfinal games are also all in the States. But that all being said, yeah, England versus Mexico in Mexico City Stadium is going to be an unreal experience. Like I said, I think it will be better than the World Cup final. And the only reason why I say that is, listen, I can't say I don't even want to take shots. MetLife is the worst stadium in the NFL. Like, I mean,
they replaced the turf there.
It's so bad. I mean, MetLife is terrible.
I'd agree.
But it's not just the turf, just everything about it. Like, and it's a brand new stadium too. It's not an old stadium. It's just not. It's not great.
Yeah.
So, like, the atmosphere at Mexico City Stadium will be much, much better than the atmosphere for MetLife.
Yeah.
Just in general, I think. But that being said, all right, so you got that. I mean, you got Canada and Morocco, right?
Yep, that's the 4th of July, 1 p.m.
I mean, I love what the Canadians have been doing, and their gaffer is, you heard me, I called it a gaffer. That's right. Their gaffer is done some great things, but I this Moroccan team is pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yes, they are. They're playing some beat a really good Netherlands team in PKs.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they've proven multiple times throughout this tournament they've got what it takes to make a deep run.
Holland versus Brazil, and not Holland versus Brazil, Norway versus Brazil, the Viking Row versus Brazil. That's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, he had a big goal late in that game.
Yeah,
I think to win that one.
Just those two crowds as well.
Yes,
The Viking Row on one side and the Brazilians on the other. That's going to be a great matchup. Like I said, the bottom of the bracket, the Colombians have an easy path to a matchup with Brazil in the quarters, I think. I think the Colombians at this point have the best.
Don't sleep on Ghana.
I'm not. But if you look at, but if you break down like the groups of 4, the U.S. right now is in the group of death. Yeah. Belgium, Spain, Portugal. The U.S. right now is in the group of death.
Yeah. Well, I thought again, if Germany won that,
but they didn't. Yes, I agree with you. If they did, but they didn't.
Probably as the toughest.
Yeah, because I mean, up top you have what? Canada, Morocco,
and then Paraguay, and France.
So again,
Paraguay's been a good story.
Yeah, but a good story. But again, if it's Germany, it's different. But you have Paraguay. I mean, you have Morocco and France. Yeah, for sure. But that number 3 is not Belgium, which like the U.S. group is. I mean, again, you got Spain, Portugal, and Belgium. That's the hardest of the groups, I think, that is left. That's going to have to.
Brazil, Norway, and Mexico, England is tough.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong. That's the tough one.
Yeah, I would put the U.S. probably at that second toughest.
That's the second toughest group. But yeah, Brazil, Norway, England, and Mexico. Yeah, that's the group of death. But the one down at the bottom with Colombia and Ghana, I think that's the.
Yes, that is Colombia, Ghana. There's Switzerland, Algeria in that one.
So, all right, we gotta get one more in. What do we want to talk about when we get back?
What do we got?
We got a lot because all we've done so far is talk about NBA free agency and the World Cup. But again, I mean, what else would you want to be talking about right now?
Nothing. I got nothing too major, but
All right. Well, we're going to figure this out in the break. And when we come back, we're going to finish out WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night right here. Facebook, Instagram. No, not Instagram. I keep doing Instagram. We are on Facebook Live. We are live on YouTube, on the CTV app. Download on Amazon, Apple, and Roku. We'll be right back. Oh!
Whoa, pictures. No, we didn't want that.
I thought he was doing something else. He's got his hands up. I thought he was, it's like, oh!
He was not doing that.
All right, let's send us to break.
Nice scenic break.
Big weekend coming up.
Yeah, lots going on. Obviously, again, World Cup stuff. There's baseball at PNC, this PNC field this weekend.
Yeah. And crosscutters are in a playoff push as well. This is the end of the first half for the MLB Draft League.
Yes, they're in a home and home, I believe, this weekend against the State College Spikes.
I just want enough coverage this weekend where I don't have to mention Coney Island or Nathan's or Joey Chestnut's name one darn time.
I'm not a fan.
It's just... All right. So I had a bad experience with the girl breaking up with me. I loved her. She did not love me. It ended poorly because, I still wish it was going on, and she did not. That all being said, it was very disappointing when one day I'm sitting in the sports department over the the 4th of July weekend, because I was the new guy. I was the weekend sports guy. I had to work the holidays and all of that stuff. And it's slow and there's nothing on. And I'm like, all right, I'll watch the Coney Island. I'll watch the thing, this, that, and the other. And as I'm watching it, in the crowd in the second row there, I see my lovely ex-girlfriend and her new 6'2" tall baseball player boyfriend. And it was very disappointing. And I've never had a Nathan's hot dog since then.
You have not?
No, I have not. I've had no desire to. I love hot dogs, but Glizzy's are delicious, but I've had no desire to have a Nathan's hot dog ever since watching ESPN and seeing the woman I was in love with eating hot dogs with some dude that was a lot taller than me and had a whole lot more hair than I did. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
You didn't think that that's where we were going with this conversation? I didn't think so either. I didn't really want to go here.
I just thought you'd get disgusted by the.
No. I love Glizzy's.
Okay.
I love hot dogs. Give me hot dogs. Although I'll tell you this, if I'm at a barbecue and someone says, "Would you like either a hamburger or a hot dog?" Give me 2 burgers. I don't want a hamburger and a hot dog. I would like 2 cheeseburgers, please.
I get one of each.
No, I was a number 2 guy at McDonald's. 2 cheeseburgers and some fries. That was always my go-to.
I usually do get that. I usually get the 2 double cheeseburgers with the. I like that meal.
Not the meal. The 2 for 1. We can't say the name though. Remember the 2 for 1 though, because you can get it off the value menu. Yeah, the value menu there. I do the same thing. I usually will get 2 of the double cheeseburgers, because we can't say the real name for them.
Yep.
And a small fry and a 6-piece, or was it a 4-piece or 6-piece, something like that?
Get
Whatever's on the because you can mix 2 things, 2 for 1, and then I get a drink, and it's like $12, and it's like, okay, it's not that expensive, and it's a decent amount of food. Because that place, you remember when you used to be able to get 39-cent cheeseburgers on Wednesdays or whenever it was?
Yeah, it seems like a long time.
It was a long time ago. But yeah, what were we talking about?
We were talking about.
Glizzy's. So no. But yeah, big weekend. So listen, I would have loved to have seen the U.S. have a matchup on the 4th of July. U.S. versus England on the 4th of July. That would have been great. I just broke the mic, by the way.
Hopefully. It's okay. We'll fix it after the show. We got.
Yeah, I did. Okay, look. I did. I broke the mic, folks. I'm sorry. How much time we got left?
We got like, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Okay, good. Because I got to do some technical repairs after
We'll
this.
have to look at that.
All right, Ricky. I told you these are fun. Ask your parents if they enjoyed this show, because I think we're putting some good stuff together. We're not quite
fun.
there yet. Just give us some time, people. Trust the process. Give us some time. And tune in tomorrow, 8 o'clock. WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night on Amazon, on Apple, on Roku. Download the CTV app. Now, for Ricky, for myself, thank you for joining us. And help me fix my